All right, so I'm making this video to help those of you especially who are absent, but probably for the good of the cause for everyone. So here we start off with a rectangle, and this will be the lateral surface area. And so it's the surface area that's around the figure. And if we look here, this is the height of our rectangle. So we have 2, and then we go 17 and 20 and 17 and 20. And then that means that we're going to put the top here and the bottom here. And if we do that, we've got a 20 by 17 and a 20 by 17. So knowing that, we're going to do 2 times 12 times 17 for this rectangle and this rectangle. We're going to do 2 times 12 times 20 for this rectangle and this rectangle. And then we're going to go 2 times 20 times 17, and we'll do that for this rectangle and this rectangle. So we grab hold of a calculator, and we multiply. That gives us 408 here. That gives us 480 here. And that gives us 680 here. And so when we add those together, we get 8 there, 6 there, carry the 1, that's 1,568 units squared. Next one. So again, we draw out the same picture. This time the height is 18. So we're going to go 18 right here. And then we go 13 here, 7 here, 13 here, 7 here. And then we put a top on it. Our top will be 7 by 13. And our bottom then will also be 7 by 13. So we do 2 times 18 times 13. That gives us this rectangle and this rectangle. We do 2 times 18 times 7, which gives us this rectangle and this rectangle. And then we do 2 times 13 times 7, which gives us the top and the bottom. So throwing those into the calculator, we get 468. We get 252. And we get 182. 468 plus 252 plus 182 gives us 902. And that's units squared. Next. Okay, my mind tricked me there for a moment. So, go through here. We got 12, we got 17, we got 8, we got 17, we got 8. That's 17 right there. That's 8 and 17 right there. And so, again, we start off, we do the same things we've been doing. 2 times 12 times 17. Then 2 times 12 times 8. And then 2 times 8 times 17. Oops, that's supposed to be 17. There we go. So 2 times 12 times 17 gives us 408. 2 times 12 times 8 is 192. And 2 times 8 times 17 is 272. So then we're going to add all 3 of these together once my computer lets me do that. There we go. Okay, my computer does not like me all of a sudden. Oh well. I'll just rewrite the answer. That was 272. So we add those three numbers together, 408 plus 192 plus 272, we get 872. And that's units squared. So again, drawing out our picture, we've got a height of 16 there. We're going to go 20 by 14 by 20 by 14. And then right here we have a 14 by 20. And right down here we have a 14 by 20. So that's going to be 2 times 16 times 20. And then 2 times 16 times 14. And then 2 times 14 times 20. 2 times 16 times 20 is 640. And then 16 times 14 times 2 gives us 448. And then 2 times 14 times 20 gives us 560. 640 plus 448 plus 560 equals 1,648, and that's units squared. Oh, that's so weird that that came down there. Don't know why that keeps moving. Last one here, we've got seven there, so 7 here, 7 here, 7 here, 7 here. 7 here, 7 here. So we're going 2 times 7 times 7. Then we're doing 2 times 7 times 7. And then we're still doing 2 times 7 times 7. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 7 by 7s. So 2 times 7 times 7 is 98. And we add these three 98s up. So 98 times 3 is 294. And that's units squared. Okay, I gotta scroll through here and find, yes, all right, great. So here's some of our practice stuff. This is -3 plus -6 plus -2. These all have the same signs, so 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 2 is 11. That's -11. Here we have a -7 plus a 7, that's a 0. 0 plus -4 is just -4. Here we have -1 plus -6 plus 5. Well, -1 plus -6 is -7, plus 5 is -2. -8 plus 8 is 0. A -1 is +1. And then here we have 5 and -5 is 0. And 0 plus -6 is -6. Two negatives when multiplied together makes a positive, so that's positive 56. A negative and a positive multiplied together is a negative, so that's -12. Two negatives, same signs, that's positive. Different signs, that's going to be a negative. And different signs, that's going to be a negative. Number 21. We subtract 5 from both sides. That gives us 11. Here we multiply both sides by 14. And -16 times 14 is -224. I'm not writing very well. Let me try that again. Here we add 9 to both sides to undo subtraction. That gives us -10. And over here we divide both sides by -9 to undo multiplication. And that gives us -12. Percent problems. These are the is over of equals percent over 100. So the is 1. So we have 1 over, the of is 112.2, and that equals P over 100. Cross multiply, that gives us 112.8 P equals 100. Divide both sides by 112.8, and P is going to be 0.89%. Over here, again, we have is over of. Well, the of is 36.9. We want to know the percent, so we don't know that. So that means that the 150.5 is the is. So we cross multiply. So it gives us 36.9p equals 15050. We divide by 36.9. And P is 407.9%. Number 27, again, the of here is 107. We don't know the percent over 100, and the is then is the 88.7. We cross multiply. That's 107p equals 8,870. Divide by 107, and that means that P will be 82.9%. Last but not least, we have is over of. The of is 72. The is 44. Equals P over 100. Cross multiply. That's 72p equals 4,400. We divide both sides by 72. And P is 61.1%. Last two from this page. We're just going to find the perimeter. So that's going to be 3.7 plus 3.7 plus 8.4 plus 8.4. That's going to be 22, carry the 2, 16, 18, 24. So 24.2 inches. Then here we're going to find the perimeter again. So that's 6 plus 6 plus 10 plus 10. So that's 20 plus 12 is 32 meters. Then we had one last group of these figures. These tended to give people more problems because there were more numbers. But again, if we look at this and go, okay, let's call this the top. Then we know that the top is 4 by 7 and the bottom is 4 by 7. So then the distance from the top to the bottom is 7. So if you drew your rectangle for your lateral surface area, you have 7, and then you go 4, 7, 4, 7. And for your top, you know that you said it was 4 by 7. Down here is 4 by 7. So looking at this, this actually presents a really simple problem because we go 4 times 7 is 28, and all of these then, 4 by 7 is 28, 7 by 7 is 49, and these are 28, and these are 28. So all we have to do is add up all those. Now if you don't want to do a new way, just to show you again, we could do the old way of 7 times 4, and then 2 times 7 times 7, and then 2 times 7 times 4. So this will be 56, this will be 98, and this will be 56. You add them together, 56 plus 98 plus 56 gives us 210. Going onward, so if I called this flat space on top the top, that means that the height's 4. So 4 and then 8, 8, 8, 8. And then the top would be 8 by 8, and the bottom would also be 8 by 8. And so we're going to go 2 times 4 times 8, which is 64. And then we're going to go 2 times 4 times 8, which is also 64. And then we're going to go 2 times 8 times 8, which is 128. So that's 64 plus 64 plus 128 gives us 256. And this would be centimeters squared. By the way, the last one was yards squared. This guy, 1, 2, 3. So then this right here, this right here. I'm going to call this piece here the top. So that's 5 by 8. And then we have a height of 5. So 5 by 8 by 5 by 8 by 5. And then this is 5 by 8 down here. And this is 5 by 8 up here. So looking at this, we're going to do 2 5 by 8s. And then we're going to do 2 5 by 5s. And then we're going to do 2 5 by 8s. So this is 80, this is 50, this is 80. That's 210. So apparently I have two that are 210. And I'm going to have to be okay with that. I know that those answers down at the bottom are wrong to begin with. So, yeah, I'll take a look at things in a moment. But I'm pretty sure I'm right in what I just did there. Yeah. Okay. I had to stop and think that through. Yep. All right. So the next one, 3 by 9, and so then it has a height of 9. So height of 9, 3 by 9 by 3 by 9. And then this is going to be a 9 by 3. Down here's a 9 by 3. And so we're looking at 2 times 9 times 3, which is 54. And then 2 times 9 times 9, which is 162. And then 2 times 9 times 3, which is 54. So adding all of those up, we've got 54 plus 162 plus 54 gives us 270 kilometers squared. I forgot on the last one to put down yards squared. Sorry about that. And the last problem is a 4 by 4 by 4. So here we go. So we have 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And so this is going to be 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, and 16. So there's 6 16s. And 6 times 16 is 96. So we're looking at 96 miles squared. So that, I believe, does it for for the assignment from April 4th. I now need to work on getting out the assignment for April 5th. Oi, oi, oi. All right, I will get to work. Guys, I'm just being honest here. I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I feel like I'm working so hard to get you guys to learn stuff, and I feel like a lot of you are fighting me tooth and nail. So, and to those of you who are watching this, you probably aren't even fighting me at all, and that's a frustration for you as well. So I'm sorry I'm cranky. I'm doing the best I can. And unfortunately, I don't think it's ever good enough. But that's beside the point. So, well, I'll touch base with you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.